There are three levels of change: outcome change, process change, and identity change. The most effective way to change your habit is to focus not on what you want to achieve but on who you wish to become. Your identity emerges out of your habits. Every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your belief and to upgrade and expand your identity. The real reason habits matter is not because they can get you better result, but because they can change your beliefs about yourself. A habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic. The ultimate purpose of habits is to solve the problem of life with as little energy and effort as possible. Any habit can be broken down into feedback loop that involves four steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. The four laws of behavior change are simple set of rules we can use to build better habits. They are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. With enough practice, your brain will pick up on the cues that predict certain outcomes without consciously thinking about it. Once your habits become automatic, we stop paying attention to what we are doing. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. You need to be aware of your habit before you can change them. Pointing and calling raises your level of awareness from non-conscious habits to a more conscious level by verbalizing your actions. The habit scoreboard is a small exercise you can use to become more aware of your behavior. The first law of behavior change is make it obvious. The most important cues are time and location. Creating an implementation intention is a strategy you can use to pair a new habit with a specific time and location. The implementation intention formula is: I will exercise at 5 a.m. in my balcony, in my living room. You have to know what you want to do, when you want to do, and where you want to do. Habit stacking is a strategy you can use to pair a new habit with the current habit. The habit stacking formula is: after current habit I will do new habit. For example, after I do my yoga I will journalize. Small changes in context can lead to large changes in behavior over time. Every habit is initiated by a cue. We are more likely to notice cues that stand out. Make the cues of good habits obvious in your environment. Gradually, your habits become associated not with a single trigger but with the entire context surrounding the behavior. The context becomes the cue. It is easier to build new habit in a new environment because you are not fighting against old cues. If you struggle to focus on studying in your home, then you can go to library, because library is a new environment, in home is an old environment, and it is easy to build new habit in a new environment. The inversion, first law of behavior change, is make it invisible. Once a habit is formed, it is unlikely to be forgotten. People with high self-control tend to spend less time in tempting situations. It is easier to avoid temptation than resist it. One of the most practical ways to eliminate a bad habit is to reduce exposure to cues that causes it. Self-control is a short-term strategy, not a long-term one. If you want to create a good habit, then fill out the habit scorecard. Write down your current habit to become more aware of them. Use implementation intention. I will do this at this time in this place. Use habit stacking. After I do this, I will do this thing. Design your environment. Make the cues of good habit obvious and visible. In other laws are make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. How to break an old habit? Reduce exposure. Remove the cues of your bad habit from your environment. Make it unattractive, make it difficult, and make it unsatisfying. Now we'll talk how to make it attractive. How we can make a habit attractive. The more attractive an opportunity is, the more likely it is to become habit forming. Habits are a dopamine driven feedback loop. When dopamine rises, so does your motivation to act. It is the anticipation of a reward, not the fulfillment of it, that get us to take action. Again, I will tell my favorite line. It is the anticipation of a reward, not the fulfillment of it, that gets us to take action. The greater the anticipation, the greater the dopamine spike. Temptation building is one way to make your habit more attractive. The strategy is to pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. The culture we live in determines which behavior are attractive to us. We tend to adopt habits that are praised and approved by our culture because we have a strong desire to fit and belong to the tribe. We tend to imitate the habit of three social groups: the close, family and friends; the many, the tribe; and the powerful, those with status and prestige. One of the most effective things you can do to build better habit is to join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. You already have something in common with the group. The normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual.